then.
Assalamualaikum madam, my name is Nur Atika binti Rosli.
Hi madam, my name is Nur Atika binti Kamar Zaman.
Hi madam, my name is Shazli Kamila binti Muhammad Syafi'i.
Hello, I am Siti Zaliha Syuthman.
Assalamualaikum, my name is Tasha Nabiha.
Assalamualaikum, my name is Amir Al-Zahan bin Abdul Rashid.
Assalamualaikum, hi and Assalamualaikum, a very good evening to Miss Moon and everyone. So today we are going to present our big book project. This is our big book project. So the main purpose of our big book project is we want to highlight the underrated literature. The first one is to highlight underrated literature. There's lots of literature text out there. There is like children only knows the mainstream one instead of the underrated one. So this is our effort to make the children know that there's other literatures out there. And then the second purpose is to encourage and inspire children to read literature. And the third one is to give us a kickstart and introduce the little children to literature education. So our book covers a lot of from vocabulary, verbs. There's lots of moral values, and we talk lots of animals inside. So we provide vivid images and interesting fonts to let children be engaged, continuously be engaged into the materials inside. So the issue of teaching reading to little children is that their attention span is very little, and this is one, and due to the fonts that we use, the materials fonts that we use, is our way to overcome to keep them engaged onto the material. So the materials and stylistics of the books that used inside the book, the Big Book Project, are on par with the Eric Erickson's 4th cognitive development and Charles' pre-reading stage of pre-reading development. So this is our cover book. So the theme that we decided to use is Boboiboy. So in Malaysian context, the cartoon Boboiboy is very famous, and little children, almost everyone knows the characters inside Boboiboy. So this is our theme, and this is supposed to be the style of Tok Abah in the cartoon of Boboiboy. And there's the characters here, and then we use glitter to make sure that it fascinates the little children. And there's clouds, and then the colors down here represents the characters. The green one being Gopal, pink is for Yaya, orange is for Boboiboy, purple is for Fang, and then yellow is for Ying. So this is like it's like a book that Tok Abah reads, where inside his thought, it's like a diary of Tok Abah. That's why, hence, Once Upon a Time, right? So continuing.
My part.
This is the introduction. This is the B logo stands for Boboiboy's logo. It's to follow the theme of Boboiboy. And then the reason why that this page doesn't have minimal decoration is because we want to highlight the words there, introduction, and then I'll pass down to the second presenter, which is.
Hello. Okay. Hello to Miss Moon and my beloved friends. Okay. So for today, we choose the ABC poem. Okay, let's read it out first. Okay. Come, come, my darling, I must see how you can say your ABC. Go get your book and come to me, and I will hear your EFG. When you have said your A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, and Z. Oh dear me! Yes, you can say your A, and clear handwritings. Okay, you can see here we use there's a lot of spacing because we want to make it clear. Okay, because ABC is a very simple and short poem. Okay, it is much closer to the children because ABC is their first song when they were small. Okay, when they were young, they learn ABC. Okay, and then we use a variety of fonts and decoration. Okay, you can see the beads, the glitters. Okay, the colors, paper colors, and the wool. Okay, we use these decorations to evoke their sense of touch. Okay, and then the fonts, there are a variety of fonts because we want to make it interesting. Okay, we don't want to make it the standard fonts. Okay, also even if we have italics here, but it is very clear because children usually don't understand italics, but here we make it clear so they can read it. They can still read it. Okay, and we add on the characters in Boboiboy. Okay, so that's it from me. Thank you.
Alright, so moving on to the second poem in the book. So the second one is Sleeping Bunnies. The reason why we chose this poem or nursery rhyme is because we think that in the poem there's a lot of words that kids can actually act out. Because at this stage, at their age, they are very interested in coordinating words with physical movements. So and there's also a song that can go along with this one. So we're gonna sing it together. Okay. See the little bunny sleeping till it's noon. Shall we wake them with a merry tune? They're so still, are they ill? Wake up, little bunnies. Hop with the bunnies, hop, hop, hop. Hop with the bunnies, hop, hop, hop. Skip with the bunnies, skip, skip, skip. Jump with the bunnies, jump, jump, jump. So when the children, they sing this song, they can actually hop and jump along with the bunnies, and they can see how those actions are actually visualized. So yeah, and speaking about the font, you can see that there's like a pattern of colors here. Like there's pink, there's orange, and there's yellow. And if you really scrutinize it, you can see that the words in orange are actually verbs, action words, like see, sleeping, wake. And then you can see that in the words in pink, there's articles, there's conjunction, there's pronouns. And we also decorate this page with little bunnies, because we think as a group, we think that children, they are really interested in animals specifically, especially cute, adorable ones. And yeah, we didn't forget to include one of the characters from Boboiboy, which is Ying, the one who shouts, "Wake up!" And then, if you notice, the words "wake up," we actually covered them in glitter to add a little more texture onto this one. And yeah, the little bunny here, we actually used cotton wool, yeah, to create a little bunny that the children can touch, and they can, even without touching an actual bunny, they can feel the texture of the bunny. Okay, thank you.
So moving on to the next poem. Okay, so the next poem that we're gonna talk about is Greetings Animals. So as you guys can, before that, Assalamualaikum Miss Moon. So this is the poem that was chosen. Greetings Animals is actually mainly about animals, and they can learn about animals and greetings at the same time. So this doesn't have a song going along with it, but we can see a lot of rhyme. No, the words actually, they rhyme with each other, and it helps the children to actually be more interested in talking, and they can actually use these greetings, in daily life as well, just to make their conversation much more interesting. So for instance, "See you later, alligator." We can say that in real life, like, we all do say that in our way, right? Okay. So we will be, it's gonna be fun if it can be in a game as well, you know, where they can, you know, just continuously greet each other and stuff. So see you later, alligator. In a while, crocodile. Chop chop, lollipop. Take care, polar bear. See you soon, baboon. Bye bye, butterfly. So you can see how interesting these words are. And let's talk about the font that we've chosen. So actually, we don't really have a standard font here. We kind of like we want to make it, you know, interesting, because to me personally, to us, it is interesting because seeing a lot of colors and the texture, there are also illustrations going along with the word itself that suits the word, like lollipop. You know, there's stripes here. You know, it actually helps you to imagine a lollipop even without seeing a lollipop. Okay, like chop chop here, you can see like, you know, the color is like, it's red, and it helps you to visualize the word chop chop. It's like chop chop, you know, chop chop lollipop. Okay, and then we have the animals included. So we personally didn't know the difference between alligator and crocodile, and I think this really helps even for the adults. Maybe they don't know. So this is an alligator and a crocodile. For the crocodile, we've also included some, you know, beads. Is it beads? Okay, something here, and it helps to evoke their sense of touch. You know, you can touch and feel it. Maybe you haven't really felt or seen a crocodile, and maybe this can help you visualize. Like, you know, a crocodile's skin is not soft. Okay, so anyway, for the lollipop and butterfly, we've used glitters, and it actually, you know, it will actually create it will actually be their attention grabber. Maybe the kids will like they like glitterish things. So yeah, that's why we chose this kind of font. And we've chosen this poem generally because as what the previous presenter had said, children, they feel more close to animals, and they feel animals are much more interesting than humans. So that's why we chose this poem. Okay, that's all from me. Okay.
Assalamualaikum and a very good evening, Miss Moon. Hope you are in the pink of health. Okay. And so now, I am Siti Zaliha Shewatmat, and I will be talking about our short story. Ta-da! This is our short story, and okay, so we decided to choose the Disobedient Boy as our short story because, okay, generally this short story is all about a boy who loves eating cashew nuts, but then ate too much because he didn't listen to his mother's advice, and then he got bloated and he got a stomach ache. Yeah, that's like the general overview. So like, why we decided to choose that story is because firstly there's like a few moral values, which is listen to your mother, and also not eat too much cashew nuts. Okay? And then and also because the story, like, I'll show you. For this, like for example here, there was a boy who was very fond of cashew nuts. So like this sentence is actually a simple sentence which could be understood by most children. Yes. And it is very easy to story tell it and also explain what the story is all about. So like here, as you can see, okay, so like this, okay, firstly, we chose this kitchen setting because the whole story is based in a homey kitchen setting, and also because we made it very colorful. Like we can make the cabinets very colorful and the curtains, etc. And then then there's like familiar things like plates and a teapot and a cup. So like the children can be like, oh, this is a kitchen. They can straight away know. And then we also included this character from Boboiboy, which is Fang, that we drew ourselves. And then there's also like a pop-out cashew nut jar So like the children can like poop poop. No, like hold it and like pop. Yeah, it's like that. So like they can play around with this. So yeah, okay. And then the real reason that we made it like this in a book form is because firstly it looks like a cabinet. So like they can like like open the cabinet and like, surprise. So there's something here. So they can read the book, and also next page there are a few illustrations to further elaborate on the story itself. Like this is also one of the characters, which is Gopal from Boboiboy. So like yeah, these illustrations also help to elaborate on our story. Ta-da. Okay. So when we close it back, so now it looks like it's actually a part of the kitchen, right? So and lastly, we also use this type of book thingy because firstly is because it's familiar to the students, to the audience because it's a book, and also to actually save space for our the use of mounting boards. So yeah, that is all. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum and a very good evening to Miss Moon. So the next one is our favorite. Okay, sorry, Miss Moon. So this is our fable. The title is The Ant and the Grasshopper. Okay, so the main reason why we choose this fable is because again it's related to animals. Children are more prone to animals, so they can relate better. And also the fable has a moral value, which is to always prepare for the worst in your life, because this story is mainly about a grasshopper who was lying in the shade and relaxing, and an ant was busy searching for food because winter is coming. So basically the ant was preparing for winter and the grasshopper wasn't doing anything to prepare for the winter. So we use this layout. It's like a notebook layout because I think it's more interesting, and since children are so used to reading books in a book template, so this will be more interesting to read a story in a exercise book layout. So and since this is for children in preschool, so we can expose them to what exercise books really look like. And then we use this font because we're saving space, and this size because it's easier for the children to read and see. Okay, so these are some illustrations for the students, for the audience to see. So these illustrations, Zaliha drew it by herself, and we colored it also on our own. So this is the grasshopper and the ant. So when children or audiences see this, they will be more interested to know what the story is about, because they have colors, they have pretty pictures and the animals. And for some people who don't know what ant looks like and what grasshopper looks like, so they can see what they actually look like in the pictures. Okay, I think that's all. Thank you.
Alright, for the conclusion. Alright, okay, before I proceed, good afternoon, Miss Moon, good evening, good night, wherever you are, please be safe, and okay, let's move on to conclusion. I'm gonna tell about our challenges that we had towards the project, that we have managed to pull it off somehow. Alright, the first challenge that is prominent in our life as a student is financial. So which is in this one we have spent a total of 120 ringgit just for the mounting board, the colors, and also the cottons and glitters, which you see is prominent in this one made by Rushdan. Alright, okay, so as a student ourselves, we don't have the privilege to invest a lot in stationery. So we were shocked by the pricing for each item that we bought because we never thought that it was that pricey. So because we have a low budget, so this is what we came up. Alright. So next is the mounting board size, which is obviously A1. So we have a hard time trying to find what to put to fill in the spaces. For example, Rushdan, he had to put on glitters which he never knew how to do it. So, well, it came out right, so it's fine. So look at the next one. You can see we have no idea where we put this, but we managed to pull it off. But we have justifications, never mind. Alright, so the third one is, not to mention, we have a lot of assignments as well. This is not the only assignments that we have, so this is also a problem to us, but due to this, we have managed to unlock a trait where we can be organized. Alright? Alright. Props to us, alright? The final part that is also hard is trying to pick which font and style in each of our writings. For example, for Tok Abah Kopitiam, we try to make it as big as possible to make it pop up. So children will be able to be interested in it. Alright? Okay. What we thought that was so easy turned out to be so difficult. I'm not ranting, but this is from our experience, where first off, designing, don't you see? But well, kids will enjoy this, but we know that this is not our best, but this is our best because our time's up. Right? It is. We have so much hardship in trying to determine which styles and which designs should be put into each mounting boards. So regarding Boboiboy, even though we have the theme, this is the last thing we put on. Right? We forgot about it, but because of there are so many gaps, and thankfully we bought an A1 size, we can fit in. Right? Well, we justify it. Just put it in. Right? The next is compiling. God, we haven't had a big punch hole to be able to punch all of these 7 mounting boards. We have to do each by each, thanks to Zaleha. But it took some time, which we thought was, oh, we can do this in half an hour, but it turns out to be 3 hours. Alright? And then we tried to, and the hardest part is when we tried to attach them together with strings, because we need to bind them hard. So it was obviously hard for us to do, but they managed to pull it off. And then the next part that is hard for us is drawing, because not all of us has the skill set to draw. But despite so, we have 1 or 2 that can draw, and we asked them to teach us how to draw. So in the end, towards the end of this project, we managed to draw more than a cube. Yeah. And then moving on to the textures, we know that to make a big book project, which is associated with children's interests, we need to make it more than a wall, flat. So we need to put textures. So as you can see, we put glitters, we put cottons, and then we don't have buttons. We also put, what do we call this? Ice cream sticks to make fences. And then also this book, we make it pop out, so, and also the eyes, it also pop out, but yeah, it also pop out. And we also use, what do we call this? Beads to make it different and then appealing. Alright? And we also use A4 papers which suddenly pops out with A to Z. It's pretty great, right? Okay, that's all for the preview. And then we came to the last one, which is organization. Practically, not all of us live in the same proximity, so we have a hard time trying to meet up and try to make this together. So we only can do this on daylight because all the items are given to our friends that brings that home. So if we're living in a hostel, we cannot do much. But yeah, the time is really limited, but thankfully we have finished it on time. And I'm thankful for that. I am really thankful for that. So
It was a wonderful Sam to be in a class with you and then you teach me, and then I hope that you are like feeling well, and then I pray for the best for you and your family, inshallah. It is a test for you, and I hope you will stay strong for the ordinals that you face. Thank you.
And I wish you all the best for you and your family. May Allah always protect you and your family. Okay, that's all. Get well soon for your son and you too.
And I had so much fun with my group working on this project, and I just want to say, yes, this is the second last week of the semester. I just want to say thank you so much for being our lecturer, and we'll always wish for your happiness and pray for your well-being and also your family.
And I just want to say that please know that God loves you and your family so much, and please stay strong.
And I want to thank you for giving us the opportunity to actually do this, because it was so much fun to do with everyone. And also, we hope that you are always in the best of health, you and your family. So, and we love you.
And thank you, madam, for this opportunity to explore another side of me. And I hope you will get well soon, and I hope Allah is everything for you and your family.
And for the record, I'm really sorry for the upcoming skit that will be coming up soon, because please note that it's just a joke. I'm so grateful for this big work project, and I'm really happy about doing it with my friends. And what can I say? It's fun, but tiring. And for you, Miss Moon, I really hope that you'll be fine trying to handle everything on your own. And please remember that your students for your class here will be rooting for your wellness and well-being for your son. I'm really sorry, I lost words. I was so devastated by it. I'm really sorry. Thank you.
Thank you so much for spending some time to actually watch our presentation, and we hope that somehow it can make you smile a little bit and cheer up. So yeah, 1, 2, 3.
Get well soon, madam.
May Allah is everything for you.
Yes.
Amin. Get well soon, madam. Bye-bye. Bye.
We love you, madam. Bye. you so much.
Love you.
Thank you,
Okay.
Maria.